Jesus, you're my everything, yeah. My everything is you, Lord. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude?
How can I express my gratitude
for all the many things,
you've
Father, you done for me, yeah.
Words are not enough to say thank you.
So Lord, you are,
Lord, you're my everything.
See, I call you Jireh,
Lord, my provider.
I call you Nisi, you are my battle. I call you Rapha, hey.
You are my healer.
Say Lord, you are,
Lord, you're my everything.
I call you Jireh,
Lord, my provider.
I call you Nisi, you are my battle. I call you Rapha,
You are my healer.
say Lord, you are,
You're my everything.
BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold Law Society Quality Mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our #1 priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers.
One me kwan say memra wo kwamuna memfa eye dwumadi a yato din the community and the law emfamro. Baby a wo bia me chiao say afei na ade achew say wo New Zealand say wo America na eye a bit of anopa. And afei nso so wo yen time zone yemu a sabre no 9 abo pepepe apa ho sima enso e wo UK ha. If I'm reku frimpon ene menya kwan se mesan ene wo ehia biu na afi ye de dwumedia watu din the community and the law ye de ebebro ye ne BWF solicitors benefo ene di dwumain BWF solicitors eye adwumaku a emra ene ode ye adwuma wotemra na se wotimi ade twitwa gyew ewo akwani asa nyina so titiwu wasetena ewo UK ha me can form my say eba no obi a opese oye immigration nsem ne ade nyina mawa fa ho bo BWF solicitors ewo North London 7 Sisters train station is so hwa and our building is you and a friend Anna House 4th floor Monday Tuesday Wednesday Thursday ekosi Friday we ye adwuma 9:30 anopa ekosi anwumre 6 o'clock na wodi wasem beja won the tibia obepe strategy bia wode ebidi dwuma no ama akoyie ede ama wo ebreka kra ni wa hihye ede ato aman se memeda wie bia ye ne wonhia na afi yemfa emramu nkomo no emrel se fa wasetena ho se fa bibia akire wo ho omramu se ne ba ko bia apia me bisa no akire mu court eye decision bia immediately ntiase anything bia na wo be fa interpretation no foforo na akoyi bibia muntiase lawyer near onim eye penifo ewo BWF solicitors nti ebedi ho nkomo se opese offer one now book appointment number me dey ma wo no hye no so eye 0208 493 7340 missing number no so 0208 493 7340 an emergency number on a pie we are na time bia betimi afre 077 127 61884 077 127 61884. If I'm reku frimpon and that jumedi mene opening kasia pa oda BWF solicitors ano and a baby D and Komo Dr. Bennard Owusu sani nyina ya nim no your friend Uncle Ben no akwaba
Kwaku mejoso
na pomo ti say
pomo de yeho adom kwaku bibia boko etin kwam kura de na o se de nyame ase
ye do twedi ampon ase se and then so wa man kwan se ye mra mehia megiri se na wo twi nyina adwuma kokama
yeho adom se nyame ya na da na se because anya yitumi ananya ya hoden ayo na dawo makwa nti bibia koyie
da nyame ase pa senia opani ade sre ade ema yakwaba no me can form am say you ready now question be a wo no apart from say oba be kire ade na fe wo man strategies a betimi de adi nkonim e wo ne mabi mu no ono ankasa nso so ebe yi questions and concerns nyina ano ade amount number ya de be adwuma no e 0208 123 1016 0208 123 1016. Uncle my idea be na obi eti obeka say ko we too known kakra but me can because I made a whole encreba. I say when the opportunity comes you must take your COVID vaccine. Mahomede.
We came said what about chair? Meaning say Wednesday night
Thursday no.
Thursday. And you want your done as a very important. Say your community no. Yina ye bewo em say ade community no ye hyeranti ase yi ne say covid na ba no a che yensin a community bia.
That's right.
Aye before you can be before Africans and Caribbeans and afi other minorities Bangladeshi for Pakistani and India for ye na che yempa ye hwe numbers na ewu na by proportion of the population no ye wu disproportionately anti sibibia ba na ebetimi esia no kakra enye se sia no kra be sia no kakra
at least
na ama ye ho ahoa ye kakra ama se koyi a na kire se na ne yete 2019 and sana ye be 2020 mu a na yɛ nyinaa wotumi tu kwan tumi kɔsra wadamfo ɛyɛ party jiwani ɛyɛ deɛ wɔsɛ woyɛ biara no na nka yɛtumi asi yɛdadam na wɔn a wɔn adwuma asɛe ne wɔn asɛbio wɔn ntumi mpie obi wɔ hɔ a ɔntumi mpie ɔsɔ hyɛ dɛm na nka kwan yɛ bia ma nti mo ma yɛ nwɔ paneɛ no me deɛ ba ɛnɛ a yɛfrɛ me ɛnɛ a ɔmo sɛ nkyɛ bia yɛsɛ bɛdu yɛ so nti yɛtwɛn na ɔmo sɛ ɔmo afrɛ yɛn na yɛtumi akɔ wo bi me mpupu me ti koraa ɔmo frɛ me ɛnɛ a ɔmo frɛ me anɔpa a within 5 minutes no na me wɔ
na ko ade ntua no kre pa sɛ wo gidi yie sɛ wo sɛ yɛbɔ yɛn ho ban a mesrɛ sɛ wo brɛ no so a kɔ na no meka asɛm bi wɔ ha na ɛnɛ me san si so ɛnyɛ ebere bi ya na amanyɔfoɔ wɔn agree sɛ ɔmo ɛbɛgye nneɛma bi atum all together but sɛ ba no sɛ fighting the virus any say ye call vaccine and ho ensam na ye waka and say ye nyina ye gitum so let's fight the virus together but yo mama yentin kra ye ba ye den komo na ba hihye so.
I am a Labour MP.
I'm a Conservative MP.
MPs don't agree all the time.
But on taking the vaccination issue, we do.
Coronavirus has really turned our world upside down and taken far too many of our loved ones far too soon.
COVID-19 has exploited the existing inequalities in our society.
The pain that our communities have gone through is indescribable.
The infections and deaths have affected families in every part of the UK.
My husband and I had a mild case of COVID-19.
Last week, I lost my cousin to coronavirus.
During the pandemic, I have lost an uncle to the virus.
We understand the fears, the anxieties, and the confusion.
We understand the genuine history of mistrust some black people will rightfully feel.
Each of us has the power to protect ourselves and to help slow the transmission.
And now the vaccination is available. Speak to your GP or your pharmacist to learn more.
They have been robustly tested by some of the world's best scientists and data analytics experts and authorised by the MHRA here in the United Kingdom.
Get the facts.
Speak with trusted healthcare professionals and encourage your family to do the same.
My father, my mother, they're having it because they work in the healthcare sector.
It's proven to be effective. So if you or a member of your family is invited by the NHS to get the vaccine, please, please, please take it. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your community.
Don't let misinformation put you or your loved ones at risk.
My aunt recently had the vaccine.
My family friend has had the vaccine.
When it gets to my turn, I certainly will be taking it.
When it's my turn, I will be taking the vaccine.
When it is my turn, I will be taking the vaccine.
I'll be taking the vaccine.
When it's my turn, I'll be taking the vaccine.
When it's my turn, I will be taking the vaccine.
Let's work together
and beat this virus once and for all.
BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold Law Society Quality Mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our #1 priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers.
Ebano say ye per lawyer for you between the one to on so a BWF solicitors 0208 493 7340. And your magic number or the befre one anapa area numere, especially during working hours 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Abusiafo edru memende wi anso so a ye ne wo Asia na fe ye de community and the law ade ebro and ye share here live on YouTube, here live on Facebook, here live on Instagram and your Twitter feed and also you're very active. Inti like us, share. So uko your YouTube go to the subscription button, no, click subscribe, share and like. Na wa click notification. Sabe ya every ye de your live program no bebe no. Wonsa ebeka na afi wababa join and so so na ko Facebook a bomodi answer opeke share yeah link na wa share on your WhatsApp group, on Telegram group, any other so that people would have the benefit of the valuable knowledge we give out every time we are here. Now, the question I'm posing this afternoon is very simple. How to make and win an appeal. Now, you put in an application and it's refused. The main reason they give sometimes quite flimsy, and I've had occasion where some of the lawyers, including the principal, gets quite upset that this doesn't make sense. Why would they refuse this on this flimsy excuse? Then the question is, if I want to appeal against such a decision and it goes to the tribunal, how do I even present my evidence to say that the Home Office or whoever the caseworker was wrong? The question is going to be answered today, and it's so critical and important that you stay with us. Uncle Ben, how do I, in the ordinary man's term, make and win an appeal?
Yeah, Kweku, I think it's a very, very important question. Most people would have experienced very successful cases, would not have come into contact with a tribunal or the court system, and therefore may not be aware of the difficulties that our people go through when it comes to appeals. So an appeal is a statutory right that is specifically defined in law under the 2002 Nationality, Immigration and Asylum Act. Section 82 clearly defines what an appeal is, an immigration appeal, and also other legislation like the EUSS and the withdrawal agreement have also got some parts of right to appeal for EU and their EU nationals and their non-EU family members. The appeal itself, it's not difficult. So if the Home Office makes an adverse decision, you may have a right of appeal or a right for administrative review. Both are statutory provisions, but the details of each is different. The administrative review is usually done by the same caseworker at the Home Office to say that he may have missed some evidence or he hasn't considered your case carefully. But a right of appeal enables you to put in grounds to challenge the decision on legal grounds and also on factual basis, and then have the opportunity to go to court and speak to the judge about your evidence. So it's very crucial. And I say it's crucial because there has been changes since 2015 where some restrictions have been put in place preventing immigrants or applicants from exercising a right of appeal, which they usually would have had prior to 2015. So for example, if you're a student and your student application is refused, you don't have a right of appeal, but you have a right of administrative review. The difference again is that with administrative review, there's no opportunity to make a representation, an oral representation.
It has to be a written something.
It will be a written representation on evidence that they may have missed or did not consider. So first of all, your right of appeal lies to the first-tier tribunal, which goes to an independent person. These are either solicitors or barristers who have some experience in immigration cases. Once you've received your decision, there are timelines. So there's a time limit in which to make those appeals.
Okay.
For example, if your decision is made in the UK and you're residing in the UK, you have 14 days from the date the decision was sent, not when you received it, but when it was sent.
Oh, okay.
Again,
So in this case, if there's a delay in post, it would affect you.
Of course, but you will need to explain, because the rules also gives you the opportunity to make an application for extension of time. Okay. So if the decision is dated, let's say the 30th of January, okay, and you received it on the 18th of February, of course, it's more than 14 days since it was sent, but that is the date you received it. So you could put in an application for extension of time and explain. There's some confusion. Some people believe it's a date of receipt. No, it's a date that the decision was sent. Okay. The 14 days, that's when we count it from. If you're outside the UK, it's 28 days from the date of decision, not date of when it was sent, so date of decision. Okay. So these are timelines that you need to be aware of. Now, it didn't say the appeal after 14 days. It says the court must receive your appeal within 14 days of when it was sent. You need to settle your grounds of appeal. Bear in mind that the statute itself defines what grounds you can put in your appeal on your appeal paper. You can either do the appeal online or you can do it by paper. Either way, you still need to state the reasons for the reasons why you're challenging it and attach the reasons for refusal. Now, crucially, once the appeal has been lodged, you will be given an opportunity to come to court. You will get a decision to come to court and then prosecute your case. The burden of proof is on the appellant. So the person who settles the appeal has a burden to prove that the Home Office is wrong. Now, although I say that the burden of proof is on the appellant, in certain cases, the burden of proof is on the Secretary of State for the Home Department. Two cases comes to mind. There's a case called Afago, and those cases, which is where the Home Office has made an allegation of a sham marriage or marriage of convenience. Okay. If the Secretary of State makes an allegation of a sham marriage or a marriage of convenience, the initial burden of proof is not on the appellant. It's on the Home Office to show that the marriage is a sham marriage. Again, where an allegation is made that you forged a document or you have provided evidence which is of a criminal nature, again, the burden will lie on the Secretary of State to prove by evidence why that, to prove by law why that evidence it's, of course, misleading or false. Okay. Otherwise, the burden on the appellant is a usual civil burden, which is a lower burden of a reasonable probability. So it's not like the criminal burden where it is beyond reasonable doubt. Okay. Once you've been given the opportunity to come to court, you also have the opportunity to put in a statement, a witness statement. Okay. I'm sure most Ghanaians will have seen that with the Supreme Court case and have come to understand several parts.
You swear an affidavit on it to say that this is true and that is what you are sticking to. Okay.
In the UK, in our civil procedures, we do what we call a statement of truth. The effect is almost the same. Okay. So if you're lying, of course, you know, the court can make adverse findings against your credibility, and that could affect the outcome of your case. So your statement, now this is where I put a lot of emphasis on winning your case. So your statement will form part of your evidence, because evidence is defined as either oral or written or documentary. So your statement is part of your evidence. Your statement does two things. Your statement has to be credible and it has to be persuasive. Right. So if I say credible, then credible in the sense that whatever you're saying must be the truth. It may be, you may put a gloss on it, you may shine it up, you may put special emphasis on aspects of your case, but it must be the absolute truth. And that's why I said it must be credible. So it must be believable. And again, it must be persuasive. So for example, if I say something is persuasive, it means that the ordinary man in the street will come to your side of the case rather than the Secretary of State's side. Okay. These two principles are very, very important to win appeal cases. How do you give a credible statement and how do you give a persuasive statement? Your duty is to respond to mainly an allegation by the Secretary of State. So if I take a typical EEA case where the allegation is that you haven't established a familiar relationship or a family relationship with a sponsor because your birth certificate was recently obtained, and the knowledge of the Secretary of State is that if somebody is born in Ghana, the person will be given a birth certificate in any event within 12 months or 2 years. Your birth certificate is about 25 years late, so that means that it's not credible. How do you respond to that? So to respond to that is not to say, well, it's credible.
It's credible.
He's my father or he's my son.
What happened that you got it 25 years late?
You have to explain. You can give an explanation. But also, if you have any other thing that can corroborate the evidence. For example, if you've got a birth certificate, you're 25 years old, the birth certificate is 2 years old. But you've got a baptismal certificate, which is about 24 years old. You've got your first terminal report when you went to primary school. You've got maybe a letter from the hospital, which is maybe about 18 years old. And you've got your weighing card and other things, which clearly shows that the details that you've given is corroborated. Bear in mind that those evidence that I've referred to may not answer whether you're related to the person
or not.
But it may confirm your name and your date of birth. So you're taking some of the doubts out of the case. You can also give a biological or scientific evidence, which is a DNA. The DNA is not compulsory, but again, is a tool available to you to challenge the Secretary of State's assertions. All they've given is an assertion. The other part that I want people to concentrate on is that it's not every time that you can produce a new evidence. Within the appeal right, under Section 84 and Section 85, there are restrictions of what evidence can be led. So if the decision was made in the UK and the appellant is in the UK, you can lead evidence, any evidence, up to the day of the hearing. So, for example, if they said that, well, this is not right, you're not married, but subsequently you're now married, at the date of the hearing, you can provide a marriage evidence. If it's an outside case, Section 85(4) of the 2002 Act says that you can only provide evidence which speaks to the situation at the date of the decision, not the hearing. So there are two different scenarios. And that is why I always put emphasis on the fact that once your application is refused, it's always smart to instruct a lawyer, and not any lawyer, but a lawyer who
understands the situation.
Who is very, very competent. Because there are strategies in winning the appeal. But the bottom line is that the evidence is what you have. It's the way you present the evidence, which I say must be credible and persuasive, that sometimes sways the judge to your side of the case. Bear in mind that you also have the chance to bring in documents. What you are not allowed to do is to raise a new matter. The definition of a new matter is anything that has not previously been considered by the Secretary of State. That is the definition of a new matter. The reason is that under Section 84, you cannot raise a new matter which has not been considered by the Secretary of State or which the Secretary of State has not consented to. The court will not have jurisdiction to look at the new matter. What is a new matter? Example, if I say that this is my partner, and then subsequently we say we are not married, but on the date of the hearing, we managed to get a marriage certificate from Ghana to say we are now married. That is not a new matter. That is a further development from this is my partner.
Kind of confirming the assertion you've made on your...
Well, initially you were not married, but you said you were partners. And now that you're married, it's new evidence, but not a new matter. What would be a new matter is that you're relying on your husband to make an application. The application is refused. And then suddenly you say, we've now got a child, so I'm now relying on my child. Now, that is a new matter. and that should go to the Secretary of State, because if it doesn't go to the Secretary of State within the grounds of appeal or as a Section 120 notice, then on the date of the hearing, the PO or the presenting officer can object to that evidence or prevent the judge from listening to that particular evidence because the Secretary of State has not had a chance to look at the evidence. However, the rule says that where they can make a decision within the time of the hearing, then the court will hold on for them to make that decision, and then the case will proceed. Again, if somebody is applied for asylum, and then once the asylum case is gone to court, maybe 2 days before they're now married to an EU national, you cannot put that evidence before the court, because the court is not allowed to listen to that evidence because that's a new matter. But if somebody is applied for asylum, and then 2 days before the hearing, the person gets a police report from Ghana to confirm that, yes, what this person is saying is true, that is not a new matter. That is new evidence, and the court or the judge is allowed to listen to it and to look at the evidence.
So if I understand you clearly, when you lodge an appeal, you must provide new evidence, not necessarily a new matter. If it is a new matter, then it has to go to the Secretary of State to look at that before it could be admitted as part of your appeal.
Absolutely. So when you look at the appeal forms, it says a grounds of appeal. It's a new matter. So the appeal forms itself gives you the chance to raise a new matter. Okay. And it gives the Secretary of State an opportunity to look at the new matter. However, if at the date of hearing, the Secretary of State has not had the opportunity to look at the new matter, the court cannot listen to the new matter. But new matter is different from new evidence. Because if you provide new evidence to the court and the decision was made in UK and the appellant has an in-country right of appeal, you can provide evidence to explain a situation that existed at the time of the decision up to the date of the decision, up to the date of the hearing. But with entry clearance, you can only provide evidence up until the date of decision. So any new evidence or new explanation after the decision, of course, if it's explaining the situation that existed at the time of the decision, you can't produce it, else you're not allowed to provide it. The other part that I want people to focus on is that in addition to settling your grounds of appeal, your statement, you also have the chance to put in a skeleton argument. So a skeleton argument will be, as the name depicts, it's, you know, a brief explanation of your legal and factual position. So it would usually deal with the issues to be decided by the court. It would deal with a brief facts of the case. It will also deal with the sections of the law that you seek to rely on. And again, the case law that you seek to rely on. So usually maybe maximum 2 pages of skeleton argument, because you will have the opportunity in court to explain to the judge in full exactly what precedents that you're relying on. Now, please be aware that your case stands as your evidence in chief. So by all means, put all your eggs in that one basket. This is the only time that I would advise you to put your egg in one basket.
I was actually going to say that that could be dangerous. But pair your strategy.
Yes.
Is the best thing to do.
Of course it is. Because remember that sometimes your counsel may not call you to give evidence. So you may just adapt the evidence and then you're not going to be led in evidence. So your evidence in chief, your statement will serve as your evidence in chief. It also takes away the stress on you. Because, listen, court environment is very stressful. And usually this will be people who've never had any encounter with a judge or a lawyer in a very adversarial situation. So it's very stressful. You know, you can't be downbeat. And clearly, because your demeanor is part of the assessment of your case, if you're fumbling, and you're eyeing and you're missing your evidence and you're forgetting your dates, it becomes a problem. That is why I am saying that put all your evidence in the statement. The statement will talk about you. So your opening will say, I, Bennard Owusu of 123 London Road, make this statement in support of my appeal. This is an appeal. This is a statement challenging the Secretary of State decision dated so and so. I'm a British citizen and I'm married to this person. On this date, we made this application. The application was refused because the Secretary of State said, blah, blah, blah. We're not married. The customary marriage, I wasn't there, and our children were born somewhere, and I haven't been to Ghana for all these years. So then you explain, the reason why I haven't been to Ghana for all these years is that blah, blah, blah. But you will also be aware that we've had 2 children in the interim. I send money to them regularly. I speak to my wife regularly. These are the evidence, the WhatsApp messages, the emails, the text messages, the money transfers. And also remember that my auntie here goes to Ghana regularly. So when she's going, this is what I send to them. We write love letters. Valentine's Day, she actually sent me flowers. As you can see, this was delivered to me last week. You know, so things, now what I'm saying to you is convincing.
Convincing, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, it has to be credible and persuasive. And then once you've explained that, you can then go forward, and where you believe that the Secretary of State's case is not made out, you can attack it. So if the Secretary of State's case says that, well, because you were born in 1975, but your birth certificate was obtained in 2005, we don't believe that you're related to this man. Maybe you haven't got a DNA evidence, but you've got your baptismal certificate, you've got your school report, which are all consistent with your name and your date of birth. It won't show your father's name.
That's it.
You can then proceed from there and say that, first of all, the evidence here is that since 1995, these reports were addressed to my father because he was living in Ghana. Clearly, if we're not related, as I claim, why would they do that? Address those things to him? But I would say in those cases, DNA evidence should address the situation. Once you've settled your skeleton argument, please ask for oral hearing. I know a lot of people.
Do you necessarily all the time have to do that?
Yes. Yes. Because, Kweku, sometimes the paper appeal is not satisfactory. So the judge may want to ask a question, may seek clarification, or may want to put a particular emphasis on certain aspects of your evidence, but you're not there for him to ask you. Right. You may think that you've provided the best evidence available, and as you saw with the Supreme Court, there are instances where the judges will ask the lawyers questions for them to clarify, do you actually mean this or did you mean that? Why is it that and not that? Why did your client do this and not that? There are other circumstances that you can ask the court to take judicial notice of it. Well, if you take Ghana, birth certificates are not things that you usually acquire when you give birth. That's the last thing on your mind, especially in rural areas where, you know, registration process, it means that you have to travel to the district office. And sometimes once you've even obtained it, you may lose it. And because you've lost it, you need to go back and get a new one. Ideally, they should give you a certified copy of the first registration, which is what is done here. But they will give you a new birth certificate as if your birth has just been registered, although you were born 25 years ago. So you can explain the situation and provide the judge with what we call judicial notice, so that the judge will be aware that these are not things that ordinarily one will want to have. Because normally a Ghanaian will get a birth certificate when they're going to school or traveling or obtaining a passport or national ID card or a voter's ID card. Other than that, you don't really need a birth certificate for anything. Finally, you need to ensure that once you've got an oral hearing, your lawyer is there to represent you. It's not all the time that you need a lawyer. If you're confident enough and shrewd enough to understand your case and understand the evidence and understand the law, the requirement on you, you can represent yourself. You can represent yourself because the law allows that. You may also get a friend to go and help you, who will then become a Mackenzie friend, although it's not everybody who will be allowed to represent you, because immigration is a protected area. And therefore, if the person doesn't have a license or is not a lawyer, if I say a lawyer, I mean either a barrister or a solicitor, not somebody who's done law and gone to law school. That's not a lawyer that I'm referring to. You need to get a special permission from the court for the person to represent you. But above all, you need to be satisfied with the evidence. You need to check the evidence. If something has been said in your statement, please be aware that it is your statement. You are the one who signed it. You've now one who's, when he was put on the stand and you were adopting your statement as your evidence in chief, and you were asked whether you've read and understood this statement, you said yes. And then 30 minutes into the hearing, you tell the judge that, oh, no, this line, no, I'm sure it's my lawyer who put it there. But you've just told the judge that you've read it and you understood it. Yeah. So how come that you're now making an allegation?
And your credibility becomes suspect.
Absolutely. So if you get a judge, you know, who wants to draw adverse inference, he will say, well, you're not somebody who tells the truth, because you've been given opportunity for you to adopt your statement and for you to confirm whether it's a true reflection of what you've said, and you've confirmed that it has. Kweku, once you get those fundamentals right, you should be able to win the case. And the rest is a matter of course. Clearly, sometimes, even with the best of cases, judges get it wrong. But at least, if you've given it your best shot and provided all the evidence to support it, quite clearly, you should be able to win your case. And the fact that success of appeal is somewhere near the 50s, means that about 50% of decisions made by the Home Office are wrong decisions. So that is why you need to get a very competent lawyer who is able to understand the nuances of the law. Because the law is very restrictive. Even the grounds that you put there has been changed. Even since 2015, there's another one, a case law, which is a 2018 case law, the case of Charles, where the court cannot even make a finding of that the decision is not in accordance with the law anymore, unless it's specific to Article 8, Article 3, Article 6, or Article 14. The judge cannot even go on as they used to do, and sometimes you say that the decision is not in accordance with the law. Now you can't say that. So if you're the old-style person who doesn't read and doesn't understand these things and doesn't understand the case of Charles, you've already lost the case for your client. And that's why it's important that you give it to a very competent law firm that understand the nuances of the law.
The most competent one I would recommend is BWF Solicitors. Now listen, as Uncle Ben said, almost 50% of the situations, the Home Office do get the situation or the decisions wrong. So if I were you, if I get any adverse decision against me, I will challenge it. I'll give it to a competent lawyer to work on it for me. And I recommend BWF Solicitors. Call them, book an appointment. They work Monday to Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. 0208 493 7340. And they give us the opportunity to ask questions when it is that we come on a program like this. This program comes your way every Saturday between 4 and 6 p.m. UK time. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and you get snippets and segments of this discussion all throughout the week until we bring you another edition. We are taking a quick break, and when we come back, we bring it down to your level and your questions and concerns will be addressed. A kwai ben so enamefa betimi aye appeal na mawene se Home Office refuse me application. We'll be right back with that, and we'll line no yebefa ewo 0208 123 1016, and I'll send the text 07950 422 780. We'll be right back.
BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold Law Society Quality Mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our number one priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers.
BWF Solicitors, omo any idea who to on so a ye. Abusia edru ho se me ba bibisa me masem no na mama Uncle Ben ebre no wachire mu kakra ama me. Se me the application atum. Titu se bia me kofa me yire me ba. Busia ni aba be ka me ho no abetena ewo krom ha. EU semi eba yi yaso mawari obi a oye EU national. Yankona men kopa asetena na ne nkata nyina yi no nso ntimi nya asetena ntena se a yesi yamfa amame awade no kra eye bia ase sika sansanti no yamfa emma. Sometimes we hear decisions na ahomete papa na wa bisa se nipa kra oye ade no adan dano wa nayi anabia na busia for etitina na enti also ya appeal angabe am ye say 50% of the situations not decisions near wrong enti say one pagya won ni anya appeal e be ha dwene wa wo betimi aye say wo ya appeal de ne kom na say wo bobo ankrata ne nyina no wia kwan ben na obefa so ma me economy ko bisa Uncle Ben ebio na sania agya e de abrofo de ma ho no yense yemfamre na yemedi ni pa e wa Uncle Ben say me ya appeal den na me hia den na wasa me
yo kweku appeal no ye to me bia aban achichira to kratem ebasa aban no ni wuka we immigration asem na wanje wasem na ntuma etimi ema wo ho akwanya ama wo de asem no ekoda na judge hwesa asem a home office any wudi no asem pa enti ade bia esombo yi say last statistics about about 50% of appeal nyina a challenge home office decision nyina no edimu ama nkrofo edinkunim de ka kire ne say half of home office decision no moye no enye decision pa entina e wo say ya appeal na kwa kunye decision bia na ma ho appeal okay ya fa EU4 mo ye application before 30th of January 2020 no you refuse your application na uni right of appeal
okay
omo year after January 2020 no you refuse we EU ni our right of appeal
okay
we a student near refuse your application na uni right of appeal so we obi a waware na we gina ware no so so wo krata na uni krata no you refuse our right of appeal the ten say your law no a friend of section 82 of the Nationality Immigration and Asylum Act no and na hwehwe niema obetimi agina so ede ene aban no atwe ebi ni se wo di aduro na yesi emfa ma ebi ni se wo ye Geneva Convention application humanitarian application yesi emfa ma ebi ni se ye twa wo British citizenship e friend deprivation ebi ni se wa ye ugina wo baso ukun ugina wo maame so oyire ana se we obi a wona wo mpna ugina wo mpna so ay application emfa ma na che se family life ebi no a human rights and no right of appeal. Okay. Almost so omatena ha ache ebia 10 years, ebia 20 years, ebia 7 years. Sankrofo ni nyina no because a private life no eba under the Human Rights Convention. Enti eno so ema right of appeal. Apart from that no case be anywhere ma right of appeal.
Okay.
Enti e wose yehu se nye case ni nyina. Ebiom nso se wo ye application na yamfa mawa omo ye decision na yetimi certify wo decision no omutimi de ade bi to so say wo sa akoi o case na wo de buy no case na nya kra enti ya certify no either other section 94 and I said 94B or section 96 and so any about delay so we protection application now one year in term we application here refuse section 96 no a bit me a show which means a 1 year in term sa niema we no yet certify wo claim na say enya ade a emu ehwam a na kye say wo betimi a appeal kra wontimi enye no okromo ha age say we free
okay
enti appeal no ya ade bi ehu hia na mesra wo appeal no enye no ane say wo de pen atu paper so kwa na wa twero say judge me ne wo nya adwen because asem na wo ka no me ne wo nya adwen da bi asem a judge no ka no e wo say wo so nya ho muae na wo di gu paper so ma no ade na wo di gu paper no so no ya hyehye mmara gu ho say e wo se na ye twero no wontimi ntwero bibia kwa why appeal na kwa wie say bia we obi a ye wo se ye di wo fee chewa we obi a omo ye di fee ni che ye obi a oye legal aid obi a ne ba e wo local authority nsem obi a owo care anase obi a why protection claim no sa ankrofo ni nyina no muntua appeal fee na bi ye 80 e bi ye 140 80 ni ye omo se court no omo mma na judge no nhwe pepa ni mukwa ana 140 ni ye omo a ombenya ho ene judge no edi nkomo why akono ye frɛ bibi ye frɛ no CMRH ye frɛ no case management review hearing ana ye frɛ bibi nso case management review sa case management review hearing no aye ano so appeal hearing ni bi ba nye wasɛm no potin ye kotie judge no ko bisa lawyer fo amienu no say asɛm no potin na ehamo a mo pese me judge no mehwem to be here Supreme Court no mu yi nsɛm enum ne bai say issues no sa nso na sa case management review hearing no nso omo ebeyi issues
na eba no sa na say wo koye appeal no wo lawyer for any omo de asem na etia mo lawyer for no mu nyina mo gitum say judge ne be select bia areas be 2 3 4 bi and we gina so de aye ne decision na say mo abo ho nkro na ya hwede be kwa ma na de enkoma no
okay ne papa mo de nkansa na mo bedu court no sanka home office for no e available na nka lawyer for mi no apene so say area ha ana aha ti bi wo ho a na o so okay appeal na yesika sem nko ana yakọ akohwe yakọ se papa no na dwuma na oye no sika no edu 18,006 na ye kana no pe ana yakọhwe de enti eboa ne se emma eyiyi ahotan ni anytime ni questions ni delay every ho because ura wa de ekobisa wa ye se sika na nya fe ne ekobisa wa hwe se aware ne ya ware pa ebi nso abeka so okay issue ayekọhwe no sika ana ebio mu nso se aware no aware pa nye marriage of convenience enti case management review hearing no ehu hia ana case management review no nso at say case management review hearing be no ye court and lawyers no ana file papers ana deco na judge no bibi afrim so okay na aha na ye gina na ye de aye case no ne amamo case enti ni nyina na ehu hia kwaku de enti a me sisa na ema we po no se we nya pocket lawyer adwuma
dabi wo de mami am timenya
because be busumi nsia ni no se na appeal no ko no omo ye no very legalistic because appeal na nkasa no enye nkomodi kwa ana ye kodi no ho adversarial ti brofu mo potom kasa ye kasa bibi adversarial
mo ko twemanso
na chese mo ko twemanso ade nso ye twemanso no e wo se we prepare pa na what me akotwe nya agro na ye kodi e wo ho say okay me ko try lock bi anya no eni ntina me bo sa na ma we su no yes our case management review no on be shada mo be back court ti mo court na ansa na wo be court no na wa prepare wo bundle ti bundle no ye lawyers and your friend paginated bundle paginated no brofo kese kwa ye di nwura manka he ade ka ne say actually 1 2 3 bundle no so na be ya wo be hye bundle no section by section ti wo ba ha busy wiki pa na obehu say machine tu na wa ha no na che say print bundles na wi a ye de gu machine so because you see I fa pen and show numbers no ko bibia no di gu no upload no na ye archiving officer no na oye ho adwuma wo behwe a o enika kwa why your bundle
na mo de pink ribbon bi bobo
pink ribbon dey to say the Google files na Google through I no secure secure file no so the be a entity engu yeah
okay
kwaku why we nyina awie no o statement na wo de koka wasem no e wo say etimi emma o case no eno a kasama ne ho because a lawyer no so a smart lawyer e bi kra on fra wo begina ho no ntoto wa no asem
okay
to case no se mu pi na cover ba bia wasem ni nyina na bono po kama a chirechire bibia mu wo bode ni ba bia wo te adwuma a wo ye ne odo a wo ma yire ne nkola na opese odi o mo bade nti kra wo nkofa o mo be 20 years no nkofa o mo afi na wo pese o kofa o mo no ni nyina wa chirechire mu yie
okay
what the evidence account so doctor bibi kan ho a what the account payslips bi kan ho a what the account mesramo ye wo law a fa sa evidence no nya evidence bia keke ana obetimi di akọ nti normally no me hu bundle bi na bro be 50 pages a na me yemu ya hyehyeme because I am bisa say na bundle we niam egumu no I was say egumu ampa na bundle no a strategic document and evidence wo use e de akon asem no enti nsem no ebi wo ho a wo yi home officer no ebi nso wo ho a wo di pushi wo case no enti wo shine light at wo case no so ti yemfa nse obi se ABS ka wo je no abia o payslip a wo de ba na yenjin di se genuine na wanya inland revenue letter bi a kire se empire genuine na wo de aka ho said decision no nipa na o ya appeal no o kromu ha obetimi ede bibia ye foforo kra akoma judge no dana ye appeal na but enya de a e wo say yesoso because court no ye direction say 5 days and sana mo be back court no mo fa mo evidence mra ti wo wan fa nko na day na wo court no de ko a aya judge ni bi wo be unse ni bu afu judge nso de ni bu fu a
nyezo wasam na nko ye no
de biam se nyina ye hu bi se wo wan kire obu ama judges na because not asem no so de obeka na na eko oto se wo be ya appeal no hwi ni wa obetimi aye ti ye sure se wo evidence no wa pani nyina gu ho wo court a niema na lawyer na ye photocopies no kuta original ni nyina because ebi wo ho a na wo office beka so ade we se na ten ye ngin di se ye genuine to original no we na wo de akire o lawyer obey skeleton argument abetro ne law na gu paper so na odi akọ se wutimi yes anima we nyina na wo bo wasem no tofa e was skeleton argument mu na wonya lawyer oye papa kwaku sa 50% a ye ka se home office decision nyina
wo de beka ho
wo beka sa 50% no enti appeal no ade a etumi ye no na nhihye a wo ho no e very legalistic. Yes, onye lawyer utimi ye wa appeal. But say na be ya wani nkotan no. Better say obema obi ahwem. Especially why you appeal da. Atwero wano asem da. Ama asem na kwa tia oda. For immigration appeals no. Say the same case and a similar facts and a same application. Ebi a same bema no aware ana why application you refuse to be 4 times. Wako court 2 ni nyina when we near mesrel third one no you're very careful because the starting position for the case no your friend be a friend Diva-Silan principle sa Diva-Silan principle no so wasam no ni se ne dimu no se eye the same to say the na wo ye na se ye bu agu so da e ho ne start here I just say ubetimi a distinguish it. So lawyer ka so be distinguish here. Na che say facts na wo case no betimi adane no kakra. No aka so 2 years ago the oba ho court no. E the same be man no waware ne de but say ana asesa and intina you feel say asem we no mama mfa de ebugu no so no 2 years ago no mama mfa de ne bio. E ho hia say wasem a wo ka esa atwere wo sa asem ni mu no. New statement na wo ye no bibia fine. and afei nso womfa new matter embem ti sɛ wo sɛ wogina wo kun so a wokodu court a wontimi nsesa nka se megina me ba so because the definition of a new matter ne sɛ asɛm bi a wode aba Secretary of State no enhwɛ da ɛnyɛ evidence a wode be explain bibi a wode aba nti ɛno nso hia sɛ lawyer ɛbɛhwɛ wasɛm num na ne nyinaa adi mu to kwaku pɛ sɛ wini wa appeal no dia saa nneɛma yi a maka ɛwɔ poto kasɛm ne akan mu no wodi so a wobɛtumi abɛka 50%.
Yeah. Okay. Abusua sɛ fei ɛna wɔbɛka yɛn ho a the community and the law ɛna yɛde ɛbrɛ nkɔmɔ no ɛyɛ kama paa deɛ yɛka ɛna sɛ home office etimi ɛyɛ mfomsoɔ na wabu asɛm bi agu so nanso so wasɛm no yɛbugu so a na nyɛ no sɛ twa kra wobɛtumi ade akɔ yɛ tribunal na judge ahwɛ mu na sɛ sɛ home office for sɛbe ɔmɔde mfomsoɔ na ɔmɔbu agu so a wakama na de wohwehwɛ yɛde ama sɛnea Uncle Ben akyerɛ yɛ mu no almost 50% of cases a ɛkɔ home office anim na afei obugu yɛn so no ya na mfomsoɔ timi ɛba ho because ɛkɔ appeal a almost 50% of those cases no judges no grant sa appeals no Mr. Sɛ ope lawyer ni papa na wodi wasɛm no ama wodi akyira ama na wa prepare wa appeal grounds ni yie ɛde ama wa ɛne BWF solicitors any inkita ho obetumi afrɛ wɔn 0208 493 7340 0208 493 7340 ana sɛ wo bɛfrɛ emergency number no 077 127 61 884 077 127 61 884 and anyway yeba na fe yabaje wo frɛ yabaje wo questions or concerns no na number de ye adwuma no sɛ ne monim no da na 0208 123 1016 0208 123 1016 mame ma yenuanom bi my humo ewo aye screen no so Facebook page any YouTube no mamu nyina kwa banaji my yewo Corsa Ransford sanso so ena mewo nana oberima brempong mewo eje waji my Edna Dapa will say good evening family and so ye chia ye so nyame enhia okay, Nanajimai Ediaba say share. Last week you gave us less than 300 man qualify, and then you caught 350 minimum. Anita Duasari wa Patrick Hoffman, Sanso so and ye war a queer se wa. Because one chain baby oba pe wu a wochiano sanso so and Vicky Newton Berma bring the question about ebe picking na ye de aye adwuma Patricia Foster one me Adam or say BWF solicitors are blessed Charles Asma ewo ha Ed them fancy share that's your message sanso and ye war Sunda Lam. Also, we'll be picking up your question and we'll be dealing with that. So, fingers crossed. So, those of you who are with us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, I would urge you to pick up the link and share. Akuya McDonald, also waba yame inshrao 0208 123 1016. Ankamen, ayi oka appeali and so now watching mu assembly apie titu efa mofra in fact say up to about 16-17 years ye compare a krum ha assetna afimbo and nasa British passport e dey ama wo naturalization or registering akwadana sika ye no ebinum peja e dey court and well when I read it I was excited. Oh okay, and then no say na akọ what has happened obetimi bia na so kakra akyere na den ye betimi anya free mu question nkofo abisa me e free na no kwada de banyina ne se sika na ye beto so ye be refund ye sika man anase etese whatever
yeah kwaku the tennis fitting be 1983 e ba se wo be wo akola wa ha akola no se nieme bi an to year akwala no nye British ko yenim say before 1983 no o krata o ni krata o wa ha oba no British citizen enti ebe man hihye bi eba nkrata anim a san hihye no ebi ni say wo akwala wa ha na otena ha ni odi 10 years a na when free ha more than 90 days afibie mu a odi 10 years a utimeje British citizenship man ebiemu nso
me so the caveat they said so when free ha more than 90 days in a particular year
any of
the 10 years
any year any 1 year of the 10 years
okay
and I say each of the 10 years the other one also ye nkola bi wo ho a ye wo mo before July 2006 omo maame any indefinite stay omo maame enya British omo papa eye British na because maame ne papa no worry ni nti no akola no nso etese ne maame a na akola no abeye illegal ana ye wo bi mu nso wo ho a maame no ebia ofiga na aba no na waware obedu ha no abrochira brabo aware na aseba ongu aware no wabehia nadam na yonko kama a ono ne hihye ho a omawo nyonko na wabehia no bema no British but bema no ba no because oba kromo ha no aware a ongu aware no law no say eba no nye bema no ba de waware no wagana no ba de ba ti akola no oni British citizenship although say ne papa na one maame no nyemo wo no papa no British sa nsem wi ana create problems ama your community titru immigrant community because obi wo ho a oba ha no ye student ana wawo obi wo ba no work permit holder ana wawo akola no wahwe na sisi o munyina benya indefinite law no say o so timi switch no akola no ye British so your application under section 13 of the British Nationality Act na sika wo no first no from 1983 no na omoje £35 for nationality. Even before 2006 krana na ye bog off buy one get one half price enti senkola no ye mienu a na fi no ye 400 a utia 600 instead of 800 ma 2018 omu kukuru fi no adeko 1012 na eka ewa application hu nyina aban British aban ni bibia he transparent untimi ntwantro enti se wo ye British nationality for oba eka ewo ho a omo ye case na say lawyers there ya the time na ye adwuma ene ya adwen ti ye charge by the time enti kai was application no no £373. That is the cost of the application.
Then I could do 1,000.
Enti anu na case B, a friend case of Williams. Anu na started sa process we Supreme Court ka say no, say 2006 law na moso sign no. Sa cratch we no e di ne hwammo because cratch no ye wo no na ne papa British but no worry ne maame o man worry da ana cratch na ko commit criminal offense because na ne papa worry ne maame nti cratch no nye British or Jamaican enti wabaya foreign criminal until see deport we are British intimi deport osa enti ni argument of the court no say sa law British nationality law no entwa ama Supreme Court no 2016 omo ka kire say sa law no ay unlawful almost sign now ni be wo ho a case be court omo ka wom case be to say Unison versus the Secretary of State Supreme Court na obi de case court for unlawful dismissal and employment tribunal omo be kukru fee no course na wo hwe trajectory na fee no course na cases a court tribunal ni na drop on enti unison the court tribunal no on the court supreme court ka say sa cost na akosro no sa legal right employee wa obetimi de ne employer akokort no fee no abeye free all those say to me no fee no eye free
yeah because me adam ko boka market your price
and to mu use word be ultra virus stress unlawful na me explaining what case we no and the case we mu no maame bi ye frano ne ba no di o aya we hu case ya di o ne r ne ne ma babama na chese ano anase anonymity bibi wo mu ntie mpese mo be hu ne din ana project be from a project for the application of applying for British children to get British citizenship. The case no call high court no ana high court no ka say fee no senate no and cost no and more bia ana ye hu say maami we no owo mamiensa a no emu cancer na hwe no wa yesusu wa ntimi ntua ti maami no ye application no or the 373 no and check now the common home office and the home office reject the application and say I don't know 1012 I don't know what year 370 and I say well mama you say and nti kana na me dia bremo no ti no de kodan court no and a project no so gym and a judge no find this sa I don't know me create no omo twa bimu entitlement all those say constitutional right no a legal right omutimi apply enti two remedies nanka nkrofo na eje baako se court no and declare sa 2014 fees regulation no on declare no illegal onye declare no illegal eno na nke be man krofo etimi akwaje refund no na chere say charge bi a charge wo saa de ni su bia no
so de me sikaba
so de ni sikaba ana court no a differentiate saa case way the constitutionality of the case no from the case of Unison versus Secretary of State because I don't know court fee no na course ro ana man krofo anya application no so only right or they court what it and the so into a constitutional right. All those legislation is created, you know. What you and the so you declare a fee increase, you know, illegal and ultra virus. And judges and G2 say fee no boy do. Home Office eka say omo no ye assessment because court no ka say nanka was some ye assessment say because application in kola do no na ye kola na ye enti yeso yenim from the case of ZH and a case of Johnson the importance of British nationality man kola and obi akra enti sa de no esum ebo ma kola section 55 and so say aban ana aban nipa bi susu bibi ho afa nkola ho a wo so ye sure say ade na oye no entietia akola no ne fa ho die so ama ebema ne nkoso akoso the welfare of the child one of the considerations not the only consideration enti aban no ka say why so ye wo parliament ti your friend speaker of parliament monokoi and I got to know Speaker of Parliament. No more be section 69 of the 1873 Act. A parliamentary privilege. So our discussions, I'm a more fraud Speaker of Parliament. A court judge no crab bugu. He said, Madam, for 1 year assessment. And name I'm a kind of Parliament. And yes, section 55 assessment now. And because 1 year section 65 assessment, would decision no unlawful because fee so we assessment na nka bia with the fee waiver ekra beba and bia nka we reduce fee. It is a case of O versus Secretary of State no I call Court of Appeal no ne ona sa eco Supreme Court the ultra virus and the virus aspect the unconstitutionality of the fee scheme the court send be ya matua no ko akoji omusika enti this side no de yi case no ba ko ato ho ba ko eco Supreme Court ne tintini ni tia ne say awofo no person who nka be brofo bebre okay
ye here ne say ye de sika be man there be enuru ho
ye de bete so
anase ye be ye free ho
okay
say no ni mienu na aka Supreme Court ba ko ne de nya man ti we ye no aka mienu no
okay Uncle Ben say so we will be out to loto for sa parent number we 23
that's right sure bank
I am very likely say the fee waiver scheme ebeba 1 2 I also definite say ombeti fee no so about 373 sa niema mienu we
angobe dawe
anche me sure say it will be months rather than years and advice I dey mo bia ne say wo ba wo indefinite dada men rushing the British citizenship CCR because you feel say either some the fee waiver scheme ebeba e say wuntimi ntua applying for fee in chow and answer on beti fee no so about 373 am obia etimi aye
yeah nano na mene lawyer Francis say program am so enche krasa transit visa be no e betwem me prediction e bebam I was in focus so 80 the community and the law so Uncle Bennard Owusu say first question by you know na me ade ato ho ema no dodo na ebisa na me giri say affecting pa bebre nti say wo de no unya nye ya so no waka no twenka kre bi ka ho bia na either fee waiver beba or ombeti fee no so ade aba there's around £300. 0208 123 1016. May pick some of the comments from your Facebook comment section and your YouTube comment section. I mean, if someone have pre-settled and gotten divorced, does he or she need to apply another pre-settled status in order to continue residence based on retained rights? In my case, my 5 years will be completed in 2023 November. My marriage lasted for 5 years and I've lived here for 2 years. I'm going to be question no.
Yes, I advisable sir nipa na ujina na so a ye de ma 5 years no. So when in a jai sisi I advisable sir obema wo mahu na ya ma utumi no wajina ye jina wo so de ma wo utumi.
Okay, off front so a dear Ewaha or say Uncle Ben, please, is it true that the appeal court has ruled that the £1,000 fee for child citizenship is illegal? And I want to know if it was true. Thank you and have a lovely weekend. I'm saying, I know Uncle Ben eto nebo echeche mu Ewahano.
I know correct. The Supreme Court has a part of it, because of my section 55 assessment, and I will fully be what I want to mean to as a fee, not unlawful.
Okay. But the offer front so Bawe Ebisa or say, I want to know how long can I take to divorce my partner after a long absence from our life? I mean, myself and my children. Say, ubi call into separation now. I'm saying, how long does it take to?
Okay, well, separation is either 2 years with consent and 5 years without consent. But say obano ejana and your desertion. Desertion no 2 years.
Okay. Question be ebeto yen Instagram page and also na mehwe dodua ebetwa.
Okay.
Ya debato so na the be make be here no. This my price never coming 70. I mean but maybe sir question maybe sir and say owaria it is saying and son wetimi eja worry. How long should you be in a marriage before you can divorce? Unimansana go on to Instagram page at BWF Solicitors. Na kokohe answer na mihu dodo o matwa na am say metimi ade achede The community and the law, and no, share the page and let's keep going. Number a day, Jumano said, Medical Boa Mania 0208123116. Me war the phobia, a war, a humanus, my main coso, Nafi, Minkofa, and no Emra Emetoso, Fatma. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. I design. Okay.
Make say something else. Say one right now. Yes, in 2020.
Online no break it. Jaye kakrama me. Hello.
Okay. Look.
Aha.
I better.
Aha. Feel you to unka. If you just see about me when you try.
Okay. But you know.
Oh, David. Line not to call. Okay, moving forward. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. But what saying?
Radio Dumo.
You. But you Uncle Benoit.
You Uncle Pacho Mechiawu.
I am a major.
Radio. Mr. Radio to Uncle Me Pacho. I'm someone who say even in them. I am from over Jawaza Whatapp. Jawu Kutagana passport. Na se wo pese okogana na bia wafa KLM na se airport Portugal na se ye wo se wo give visa ansa na wetimi akọ me patcho e true.
Well, ohima de tene se wo transit afa kro bi so na sa kro no we visa national airline no timi ne omo ye nhihye se wutimi famu na ye wo ha na wo UK no se wo ba UK a those days no because na ye wo Europe no tino wo ye transit na wo nhia visa. Bear in mind, say UK dear, sa transit visa, no more in Tramuda. Sa antina, Europe for so dear Modi and Abano, into sanity.
She was so visa.
I was so but the airline beyond the policy. Airline be wa because on him say won't piano. Omone or my banner yen share. May a sure say KLM. Aye, and I say Omugusu ye to check with the airline. Kronankasa de Ukoma obeying a visa. As a way transit. Was it?
The track KLM, they will keep KLM, but show be sir. Say what say, or give us an answer because what I know is that be a bookie you bookie flight at Capitu or Mudibu so Sepia, was so give us an answer, but may who be at sir. Sinam Simi, sir.
Okay, the best thing is I'll be for KLM no be solved. The facts are all talk. To say me say me call America, na me talk flighter. Say me Ghana passport, on can't me say me encourage visa. But the general advice is say we are Ghana near, we be here visa for America. To the fact say talk ticket and I'm man on say correct. But bisa airline because airline be any policy. Airlines need be one jet transit visa.
Okay. But you that's I mean show
me that's
With me, Afre 0208123116, and also we send a text 07950422780. Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, I am my son, baby.
Aha, good.
Quickly, let me question is, adult dependent will be already 21. I'm already 21 now. Obano university education full time. Na NHS, nurse or carer with the NHS we now. One concession for fee waiver, not about 2.5. Over to me apply fee waiver using that concession. And then the second question, and so and say, more praise settle state of no. There's been an update we say they can sponsor OB for IE, ABI, or Nukumbi. No, but clear on EU for no. But we are tennis, for example, we are Zambrano carer. Would that apply to you? Will you be able to also, because I have a silence on that? We'll be elaborate on it a little bit here. Thank you.
Okay. Well, first of all, so I NHS for frontline workers are more exemptions from IHS, I have for sponsor and an independent. And to be with dependents, be a who oyere oba say oye we dependent in kwadia ono nso ka ho. The fact say akwala abro 18 no I interest say onye we dependent because oma accepting as a dependent and sana okodi 21 no da ane ono nso ka ho. The second part no with the Zambrano no anye are different from the other parts of the EU SS no. Zambrano and a chain principle. Sa niema ni nyina no legislated resolution based on judge made law. Enti omo de no wuntimi mfa obi amma. It doesn't apply. Omo mutimi di obi ba EU for na from 1st of January 2021 no. Se na onni ha na opeso di obi ba. I was ordered about under the immigration rules. Zambrano for NISA restriction. No. They've never had opportunity so you be free outside Abada. Zambrano for Ninaye, Omo Awoni Omowaha. Until they are not losing anything. Bear in mind that the option for EU for no some you be beba from 1st of January no under the immigration rules no. FLR FP position no. Eye adia no mutimidi nipa no badada. Now because omu fi Europe ni munti no, omu secure, omu position is still betimi di omaba. All those omu were limited leave, you know, still they are allowed. Those are the differences. Why?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, and yeah, now for Franco, betimi afre 0208-123-1016. Question bako aba na yemisa inia Esther bisa wase my 2.5 card will expire in October. I don't have money at the moment, so what should I do? Because I have 2 children with me here in the UK with British passports. Uncle.
Well, so 2.5 days per October. Yeah, well, February. I got 8 months. Minimum danger, because I don't have money. So, well, so obia or your application be a qualify as a human rights application. I will fill it from FLR FP, FLR M, and it's our forms now a partnership parent in this animal. And I say under part 8 of the immigration rules. Ningina a human rights application. And it's a wintimi ntia ubetimi ama na oma ye fee waiver na ma.
Okay. Yanko amano so miniabi was so hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
I just say boss.
Offer boko chase ni.
Chase?
Yeah, offer.
Boko there.
Boko we dey meeting na ja me say we Boko.
Good.
Concerning once me read the article, I don't know. Yeah, offer me you, what you mean?
And here wo laptop, TV, and computer also. Listen to us from your phone.
Okay.
There's a bit confusion.
Once me pre status on, and my wife indefinite, and my bonus here British, but no be catch me say, let me apply indefiniteness and 5 years in do. Then say Mexican advice is it possible?
What's what pre-settled?
Yeah.
Who jina dance on the mouth?
But I said I did got 3 years.
Who jina dance on the mouth?
But I said
then I would jina so I the mouth pre-settled no.
Say no yeah, say EU because Christy be farm me buy you know. And I may apply.
Opa papa be fa buy.
The Christy by my wife.
Our wife they will buy. Now by how many years in it?
After I got 3 years, but no indefinite to her.
And a coon so no be catch was obey me indefinite.
Indefinite, I'll say like 5 years in 2 years, since I'm a banner British passport. And I'm why this one indefinite, no one. It makes me apply without 5 years name do it.
And Pacho, catch and say, Lorna Casano, open copy, John Fama, Whatapp, why?
Oh,
be any hosa. The entire America say, and your first time I met this assembly, which means I will be a started din Crofusika a witchery. And to Miss Mama, Yanin now to saw Korea, Miss Raupa, Mamma Mobi, Sabio wo wabisa obi wo ho a ombisa because of indefinite na wakotua scam nipa no na nipa na akosai ni case no o wa ha on the basis of say we EU ni we EU ni mo wo ba ye British oba na de mfa wo abraba ho bia EU de no na wo koso into 2 years time no wo benya indefinite sadachi bi niema say na wo switch akọ oba na different bear in mind say omaka say time I was spending under EU and obetimi the account FLR FP applications no now so 10 years no but wundi 10 years wa I've been only 3 years I count 2 years now when you're indefinite Mr. Memo beyond that but sana be ya obema nipa no ho a kire na kakra no ka chen say law na etisa no onfa kopemra na wo so hwe why
automatic
yo.
Okay. Yeah, that's 020812311016. Hello.
Oh, hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Uncle Ben. Free intensive care so unfortunate thing is if you are so September baby I will see you. And I'm so more planning so more bed discharging. But unfortunately, you see no even feed you crown or say I feel no money in the and kakanga. The way I was in the makers and they be crowd big here carer alongside and trying to be our team average in the Ikakra. Now the concern yet 1.5 no records about name. The almost hospital for no raise that say almost said no records about name. The say I quite drama is in the die situation to your own yet no more crown make us an encasta in so near the until now only made the home come or job a pelly man say. Nami said, and then no more by maybe Sanasi beer. And maybe a shell hospital and a cell mobile. You see any field around the soul man in Messi obium. No one's only by Betiana and a hard demo. And soon to me in us all. And there is no recourse boom. A dear now on ye.
Oh, yeah, them pa na opese wu. Obi of that hospital up on your baby inko, on your fienko.
If I try, I see an only baby. I will be to me a call.
Onya Juma onya he.
No, yeah, Juma. And Sana, we were born on.
Ana Juma one finanto we pay we sick pay so.
Anyway, the Bisano and Mr. Bisano die was saying how much you are in the castle. Nay, you know much you are in the car. But you see on the health mono. Minim many medical experts there, by the way, our name is Cassandra, which means that the call a check a crime fan. Maybe I'll wait me a session in the name of crowd with him.
The entire American son, open say you know recourse in the free so. I was so church we need source of income. And he obey potentially destitute. And into sanity and you'll be to me an application on my year for so why?
Okay.
Okay, then. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. Situations ni bi o haya na. Ha adwene kakra. Yeah, well, I'm also wait me afre 020812311016. Hello. 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 Okay. Obetimi sign afraid BMI. But I'm going to be a bisa question be or say obetimi use a year ni certificate of application at the NI store.
Yes. NI for minimum say some time ago no a bit difficult about. So because we need proof of ID. And once I want proof of ID there. Ukuta any evidence be a home office there mouse obetimi atena aye adwuma obema na. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, okay. I take up my main shirt for Frau. Hello.
Any evidence? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Uncle Ben. Michiawa Anadri, and Michiao no Abija Fusina.
Yeah, Joseph.
Already, I pass all my questions in a AMU about immigration, about Kosodia, and about that. But on the first about immigration, me father, if you now, last born, I know, to a crap of fat Abba. Sorry, you want me in Ghana, last 2019, and a job said March, no be in a corona death within Hubebo. See, until Munka, now, somewhere October last year, and now almost sure every say, yes, I reapplication. Now, I'm on here, I almost take you back to decision, almost refuse soon, back on so there 3 months near. Yeah, the call any 3 weeks no take you back to decision. After from November 17th to date. Yeah, until we bill, and I mean, Buta say, a idea no man, I said, then bill me a bit to me, I found. And now, my second question, me parking baby, and almost mammy a parking charge from UKPC for. Me, yeah, no, me cocoa appeal and almost say, omunti. Okay, in I me truck almost said. Any neoma can by corona and Timajumania and Tino Metriano installments £5 each month. And all my company be said main contact or my friend company almost any main call citizens advice bureau. And I'm saying, one how much I'm saying from but okay. After within 3 days, me here I'm the Adena for debt for recovery for. And all my increase the Adena from £160 to 160. And I mean, Busa say, Uncle Belmo, and I dear many original company in Ancasanco a year, my agree, say, on Beja any installment, you know. To me, advice, Cacao.
A company no accepts on Beja installments, and
almost accepts on Beja installments, and almost mammy, almost another, almost here from finance administrators, be the number in your account, main fair. To me, fair finance administrators, you know. Main fair woman, and no catch me say. I just almost hear me almost hear me assessment about my finance. And I'm so okay. Almost now me can mean say that I will say it's the almost beat me any citizens advice. Only for I think that minimum casa on the 2nd. Now on the 5th, me letter on the 7th. I'm correct on the 5th, you know. And that's collected, you know, so on lesson. That's a for recovery for so on lesson. It's me see and I'm saying.
Well, I mean, first of all, sir, Obi parking a car, na yamano parking ticket. Parking ticket, no, if you were it may call adjudicator ho, that was Central London. If you saw why I call private adjudicator, I know your Omoa group na no mashisha. So we appeal, I call the abina shisha to hona, aya emuye huam kakra. Omo de end de ya no maka go so when you nje ho a obetimi atwen na why anasa what the action by against omo obi a oye debt collector bia so ye bailiff omo under omo sa ombudsman no to obetimi a report sa bailiff no now what the proofs omo ye ochro letter no omo gitu mu sa obetimi atua anasa omo be assessment. The first part of a question was application since November actually. COVID in my applications a check a but so feel say I check too much. Ubit me a draw one. Na webisa baby airco. Na omama home why?
Say oko dadanti you be fall for front so what hello.
So good evening.
Good evening, I say.
Nyame adumo. So my son is say 2.5 citizens, 2.5 year citizens now you one. I go school no. I will say you get access to the student loan. Because of this pandemic and COVID cases now NHS for here more staff no. A bit me a fight it. That case on our court. Am I Rihanna?
I'm a me spirit in that's very good. Well, before sir, so this week we yes, say more applications on my nursing a costro. COVID and ama and Crophonia beje healthcare hopa bibia betimi abo bia why not o betimi dia court na ya test case te say na nkrofo bi de bia court no enti wo pese wo yes a wo da ya friend na group bi wo ho na ya refer o ma omo na omo hwede o betimi aye why okay.
Okay. Yes, yeah, that's CP 0208, sorry. 1231018. 0208 1231016. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Good evening, good afternoon, boss.
Good evening, good afternoon, boss. But it's you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm sorry. We were 2.5 years. Now, I think lawyer, I think he partially answered my question, but I just want to know directly. So for 2.5 years, is it possible to switch to probably, what must switch it to any means here? When you have access to student loan, I was working back for university.
Well,
now we join it the normal queue until you spend 10 years and get your indefinite.
Oh, then I'm out 2.5. We can basso and out now.
Okay, it's a British passport.
Okay, we 2.5 first one and a second one.
But your first one.
I don't know, switching for 5 years instead of 10 years, you know. Not just when you're 5 years.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know. So opportunity was out there.
Yeah, we'll best switch it. The problem with student finance, you know, more assessment, you know, sometimes they're not very clear. And I think, at times, you beat me the Marco court.
I think that maybe situation in the here. Now I'm a nurse for Ghana. Now I just want to get the opportunity to work at the NHS because that's the son and person we are not. Natural island now I'm in passing to already.
Watch raw then nursing.
Access to nursing.
Yeah. Well, nursing now you're Ghana. A degree and answer.
A diploma of Ghana and I'm have a degree top up. But almost me still I'm an international student.
I hope I saw when you access
or university.
Now one qualifies as a nurse for Ghana.
We qualify as a nurse for Ghana.
Now who pin or Ghana?
Not more pin or Ghana. Yeah, more pin or Ghana.
Now say there was to be converted.
Then I make us throw entrance exams no what about me failure. Now we say with 5 years in there making me without writing the exams. No.
It's a bit strange because Ghana 4 years exams now. I tick and no problem. I mean who didn't anyway. ABR they all can on the American.
I will come to the office and then go through the process of 5 years.
I think, sir, I know you're very good. Sir, Akolano Mameno or you settled and our British.
Or settled on a British passport.
One in a tea.
But I mean, when it's here, but I mean,
okay, it is switch it. Why? Sad with the beer, you can go for the brain. No, I say, a girl be about had the same thing. I no special university. Ne mammy a British, ne papa at that 10-year route.
Okay.
Uncle was a papa na switch that. Papa switching to because of that in Colano soon to be indefinite. And in the school, the university economy in our problem. Mr. Wa 2.5 years beyond. Say, a Colano mammy, a settled and now a British, and I papa is settled a British. Which me switch it.
It's straightforward.
Yeah. Obey me, I switch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why?
0208 123 1016. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is my boss. Good. Mpacho Yintiwe.
Often come watching. Mpacho, let me hear programming last week. Our GN radio.
Okay.
Na me ti so obi afraid and I obusa afraid. What is one more EU for no permanent card no. A permanent card no. Yes, yeah, my up to June. And then card no sorry. Card no yabayo yebe twemu anade ete saa na me kura bi ba me kura permanent ni bi ba my EU settlement scheme no
okay
na me kusa ante verse me so ebetimi akama ya na
Debbie wa saa tumi na ɛwɔ sɛ wukuta na wo permanent residence no ɛda so enya tumi wɔ ha no wayɛ timisrɛ woni mo bi a ɔnyɛ bi a kyerɛ no sɛ na woyɛ wo deɛ no no nso nyɛ bi why na yɛmma obi a ho ntɔ no because July no minim sɛ nkrɔfo bi su paa na ɛnyɛ ɔmo fault
me dia sorry me dia metimi akurakura kosi sɛ ebi a 2029 yes ebi wu announce ebi a betimi a enya krom ha krata within 2 years
pacho ba krom a wanya how many years ni
pacho me ba 21 years ni
ana na wo ye EU ni ana wo ware EU ni
me ware EU ni
and year be na wo ware EU ni no
2012 by the mom 2014
and from 2012 na wo be ye legal because me assume sansa na wo ware na wo ye illegal
yeah
and next year
na omo amfa ma me wo ho anti na me ni evidence a letter writing no money ade no nti fi 2014 ni de me wo me wo letter writing no money me wo evidence wo ho nti my answer by 2024
2022 because ware 2022 okay. From hono na obey legal under the old style na nya stamp no and ma ye legal the fact say wa ware no till next year obetimi apply for in British citizenship why
you
good luck
yeah thank you bye
bye and when me nim say bia wa observe ya na mo hwe ye ne mo tie say obinya ne correct answer you can feel the relief in the voice
oh yeah
obani hu say me hu say ne ho ato pa because I'm say na ache na dwen ache
yeah but I hope say on so be spread the word no ama nkrofo ayebi because a problem your community no and sorry Reverend Dobedie minim so obo de rule say wo a wo ye EU ni and I ni abusuani from 2019 when your application bia e was say yes sisi to we EU ni and EU ni abusuani from January 2019 so when your application bia e was say yeah and yes after June no ho be chiro why here magic no
anya juma
ya wusumo kra Israel penaya.
Okay, 0208 123 1016. Hello.
Hello, offer. Let me say, Mr. Say, the Ukra pre status, I'll bet me, I'm my invite. Like I'm be invite to Ghana, and I get when you're in the flat with my invite.
Oh, you know, or Bansrana, or visitor na.
Like this is like if you only be who pray with, but only be or be another someone invite for their 3 months or not 2 months.
Oh, once I will legal or had it, which me invite you be a man obesra. Why? Problem be any hosa. Why?
Until when we say be I get maybe I give me just set and make my money.
Debbie, ubet me a man abasisia.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. Why?
Okay. All right. Intro for us so 0208 123 1016. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Maria. Zane. Good.
In fact, you make me be thank you, Bennard.
Not sure quite what you why.
And that's it. But you're meeting the mammy, my baha December on the 8th, 20 years, into numbers in before Sedan. And I made me putting together for the week.
Okay, Mammy, we didn't have Mammy and our Mammy. Mammy, okay. Mammy, ain't he, sir, Yamaya wa dum na winya wo 20 ya. Ubet me aya application for private life long residence no. Na I was so 20 years no I'm partner wo kromo ha. nti wo passport a wo de buy se wo ho a eboa
ɛno na yɛ ba na yɛ
anyare se ni ho anyare wo buy no ebia wo bia bank account bi wo bia GP wo tenancy agreement wo pay slips wo ọma na den na wo de be kire se we di 20 years wa ha no
me half ticket me de buy have to return no na me wo
anope
mpacho ai
na no de say kire se wo buy no what na ano kire sa
but after 10 years minya your friend say GP you know 9 years ago and me were GP letters.
Yeah, well, I was saying we have evidence for every single year. I was saying 20 years no. Evidence. Tibet me a year. ABA invoice be our koto BB. Those days, you know. Na Tottenham Court Road, the Hona Nagana for Koto Color TV. ABA Okotobi. ABA door to door, you why be? ABA door to door, we be. First, you know, now we have bus passer, phone was so, within was so, and a date was so. ABA will be. ABA will call course be. Just a be a chess 20 years and every single year be an we wouldn't need to add an idea. And your home children.
Now, what about in case along the line? No, how much letter Ghana?
Sanka will be now there no support there, but a non on its own, on ya dear beboa. A non on its own. For our first 10 years, you know, 1 year bibiada, 1 year Juma, 1 year hair.
Pacho baby, because be not him by Mbehena.
Obehe will be ma. Now then Colanico school. Obet me a school natural letter mouse say ESC now then Colana school.
Metro.
Oh, other Pacho means why? Aye, okay. Here we are, what dear friend. Na men chira de obet me aye. Sir. Oko asori wen.
Make a Bible believing church.
Okay.
As a Bible.
Make a Bible
believing church.
Or won't call Anglican and a Roman.
But you did.
Now wouldn't him obia or yeah a beer, police ni, doctor, GP, lawyer, I would nimo from sa time na bisine.
Baby.
There be on. Won't power one some two bow do who see. When I
say what the mobile na free text ye say o be hu lawyer penny for 077 obetro 077 obi wa on chair 077
number
127
Macho
61 884
okay
what number I'll try the moment
077 127 61884.
That's right. We are no afraid. Why? Okay. I mean, sure it does. See. Akben, Obi question. I mean, Pijanto. Was say, can a 16-year-old who has been given an indefinite leave to remain for 5 years from Ghana apply for citizenship before the 5th year is due?
Well, it's possible. Because if the child wasn't born here, then under Section 3.1 of the British Nationality Act, he can rely on the Secretary of State's discretion But there must be a good reason why he wants to do that. Bear in mind that in addition to Section 4.1, the guidance note says that at least one of the parents must be British citizen and the child should have lived here for at least 2 years. If he meets those requirements, then he can apply. If he doesn't, because maybe one of the parents is not a British citizen, it's not fatal. Yesterday, part of my I didn't think I make a brofo. Part of me.
Tell me, say Uncle you be one.
When you say, about now you're illegal, crana. Under certain circumstances, no bet me apply for British. Yes, no bet me apply. There was also a very good reason. The starting point, and I said, what now 2 years, and I said, indefinite, and I now will be with British citizenship. Say only be no indefinite, no indeed 2 years. I possible, but also a good reason.
Okay. Brennan TM said, my pick will be was so you be fun no at the church. Now fe your day sorry. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Good day, Uchai.
Yeah, already am that. Pacho, me what issue kakra am to say me find out. Maybe I had no more check a but my worry British you worry 2012 until me man come to say me apply for my citizenship now. But until me query no bisa me ma me the query. Now me say not me I say me for me pay P60 for 3 years, but me the 1 year again I query. Until me say anything no me anything, and I say Home Office now requested from me.
Well, first of all, also what worry British.
Yeah.
I said na Bennard Owusu say.
Is he indefinite?
And I will copy British citizenship.
Yeah.
Na Bennard worry British no.
2012.
Na what worry no was sitting na then.
And now me what 3 years.
Oh, I had 10 years.
3 years. No, 3 years.
Oh, that meant I was starting here 3 years now.
2011.
Until this year now, 10 years by. What's that? Oh, yeah, lawful. I didn't know what be so sad. And P60, almost a year, Bennard Fabra.
But I was it?
Yeah, Ben P60, almost a Fabra.
Almost a mean for 2017, 2018, and 2019, 2020.
But now 1 year, Juma.
Oh, now me year, Juma.
And for inland revenue for HN revenue for no family why?
My bisa but me free for one year submitted documents in my own. Me free almost say me go do and buy Home Office for here requested from me.
Oh, now me can Home Office for requested.
I have said me failure application need to be the coin. I said me presented documents need to we need to me present it to them, you know. And I'm say everything is okay, but I can say me day 2017 2018 at the account.
I said no more bisa. Enti HN revenue for I was some of the back. Why?
I'm with but as I said, me can say me the microphone at the account. No more see me train Home Office for Ankasabe frame here bisa.
And Crawford Ben our demo account.
For no microphone now say oh feeling from need be answer the documents they kwa na would come out.
Obi ani hosa cancel for na would come out one.
There be where I cancel for microphone charge £130.
Okay.
Now
okay.
No more present yeah.
Because why ya de no more bisa na che so mu hia. Anyway, so who will be our ya mawa and try say no more can why?
Okay.
Yo, good luck.
Okay, I was here for Mama Nafi ya medi enkra na yentotoa ye de ebaye no ensiani na afi yenhunu se ne ensiko akaben ne wama yenhunu se yebetimi aye appeal I succeed at least probability near 50-50 set me ya appeal within a minute then na me here and then I was say me for me to succeed.
Okay, so opesa wa appeal na ye edimo a hwa ade a Home Office agina so ede a refusal application. No first. Now here's all 1 year. Mr. Menkasa no ye no for one can a qua. What they can na be cassa jina bibiso. Na fa respond. ebiom so kai hu sesisi an appeal no ye very legalistic and form some de ba mu bisa skeleton argument ne sa ne ma no ubenya obi aboa wa better se obepe lawyer ma na aboa especially se niema omo ka no ade a ha adwene kakra wan ha ebetimi ama wasetena wa na aboa finally no ye sure se bibia wugina so de application no judge no enim na owo original so no wo ho kasa opesa wo court be yi nsemna no sisi akra no ye ne nyina o telephone ana video so few cases na mbe frɛ sebra ho se wudi sa na ma we so na wo ye sure se asema wano asema watwero no ansa bibi o ma erezi a ene wo betimi aka nkrofo 50% na omo wini omo cases na yeah
abusiafo we ene enkoma ene me de ebre wo na me gidi yes sa 50% no wo pesa wo ka ho eno nti afutu a senior partner BWF solicitors Uncle Ben ede amaye no se udiso se wo evidence no wo brofo abetro wo wasema wo nyina media metu for say farmer lawyer no nyema waka word bi so about be 3-4 times say I legalistic but mo nkoko mo brofo no court ma and how what number ni 0208 493 7340 and answer 077 127 61884 and the BWF solicitors are trusted partners when it comes to legal matters. Omo enyamao. Kwame Atajima say domaka say ho na wo brown hafo na wo jim from apa na wo hwe nyame insha. Ka antobam so oba so nyame insha ye da se mo mobile mo share page ni nyina nyame insha mo antimi an share na eyam se mo refi no. It's still there, so pick up the link and share and get people to watch it. It will be on our page, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Let people go back and take their time to listen and take advice from that. Tradition, yes, say no. Inti mama mimi sank Ben say ene na ode emama bomentumano na me de ako sebeya ebetimi yenye bibi. The aboy and tomorrow I dream home until next week.
Well, quite cool. I did back one. Your DSC and this was Yabema community no and who more right. Ebina yenya beme obaya and nika why I didn't be no. Sana bay will be a shannon sooner. So winning e-uni abusiani, Ghana near our e-uni, Ghana near Waja e-uni. Ghana near our union jano about permanent residence. Ghana near over 5 years on year now since January 2019 on year application be I shall say I am very likely says any panel ukuta dada ni bi yes yen sesano sa dada ni nyina no yes yen sesano by June
okay
ono a betimi ayen application se bibi kire wadwen a frɛ lawyer the inti American sa ne se me hu cases ni bia obi wo ho a no wagyae oba no na ehun nsam no koya a kire no kakra and the obetimi afra lawyer sremo ade a wo se nyina ye di so se na be ya June yi twam a bombe ye illegal aban abɔ ho ka aye video ebi ne ye LBC mitia aban aye jingle ewom chese omunim se de bebe chire no nyaade papa ti omo bɔ kokɔ se na wo oni omo twe a mbeka cha se ba ye ka chire o ye de ba TV ye de ba radio ye de ba bia ye kra ye tua nkrofo ka se omo mwa mo na monye sa application ti ada na wo wanye ti misro omo masa akasa no nko me ye sure se minim se ne no metimi aye a ye be short video e bia 1 minute 2 minutes be na ya share ne ama yɛ nuanom Ghana for ehu sɛ mark a wasa wode hyɛ nso no yɛ sɛ woyɛ EU ni EU ni abusuani waware EU ni da wasetena na okuta ne EU ni nti na yɛde ma awa na since January 2019 when your application be anko home officer very likely say what the no yɛ dada ni bi ɛno ne yɛsɛ bra na bɛsesa no nti momma obi ante na ɔmo nsesa ɔno a betumi ayɛ wɔ internet so ɛwɔ ne phone so ɔpɛ lawyer obetumi akɔ lawyer ɔba ɔno a betumi ayɛ we nyɛ minisika nti manyɛ we nyɛ anya wa obetumi ayɛ nti monyɛ na June betwam a yɛnte koraa sɛ yɛmu bi koraa saa de wei aka no kwa basa na yɛ nyinaa no na yɛtete because na wɔsi yɛpɛ kwan a yɛde bɛbɔ ho ban
sɛ wowɔ ɛho nkitahudie bi anaasɛ ho asɛmbisa bi a bɔmmɔden a sɛ wobɛfrɛ BWF Solicitors ɛbɛtumi aboa wo ama wayɛ wo EU settlement scheme application no na June eduru na sɛ etwa mu a wani anyɛ ɔyayaya because deɛ bɛkyerɛ no ɛnyɛ ade a ɛbɛyɛ anika frɛ BWF Solicitors ɛwɔ 0208 493 7340 na lawyer for any team na ɔha no ɔmo bia ɛbɛtumi aboa wo ama wadi saa adwumadie no ama na akɔ yie paa word to the wise is always enough. A stitch in time saves 9. Yenentem na wie boy yemfa ye niema hata bonten nsuo to a ye ye kodem akohye ne nso abaye ene de mu besie nyame ya adoma same time next week you be sign the another edition of the program The Community and the Law at the Abroad. If I'm a real cool free pon, me ne Uncle Ben Snr Partner and a day and commono a bread war. Yet the Asada Emma Aboafo, a lawyer for Tertiary, a lawyer Francis, lawyer Richard, lawyer Eunice, and our fee BWF Solicitors a Bussian Fuigina. In your bar Sheila, our boy and marketing na fee would handle yang social media platforms and also so it was say. In your partner, I will see if you didn't so a day a mine so at the Munina Assay. You want to send it.
Yeah, Jesus, you're my everything, yeah. My everything is you, Lord. Yeah, Oh, 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 oh. Everybody say.